So I had one gold bangle which I sold off. And then I joined the best of the luxurious gyms. Girl who has not gone out of Delhi ever, who has not traveled in any train or buses ever because of the family situation. There was one girl named Shweta Singh, and she did not turn up, and she just cut her name and put Shweta Gaur. A girl who has not gone out of Delhi ever, who has not traveled in any train or buses ever because of the family situation, has traveled the entire world only through the aircraft. Some of my friends, they used to borrow my clothes and even my sandals and even my bellies so that they can go and scoop out and show their boyfriends. So out of 150 people, there were 10 girls got selected, and including me, it was it. I was born in a family wherein my father was a schizophrenia patient. My mother was mostly busy with household works only, and even she had a lot of stress regarding her finances. Where will it pour from? Even after enrolling in IMS for my MBA coaching, I dropped that down. I would not say this journey was easy for me, because though I looked the best, but still, though I spoke the best also, still I could not clear the interview. So it was just saturating my thing that every time I'm going to international countries, I've seen it. But what else do I really want in myself? So then I realized my passion for makeup. So here I will talk about how makeup can transform your life, that what you are today and what you can be. I was born in a family wherein my father was a schizophrenia patient. I would like to describe that. I think not much of the people are aware about it. It is a mental disorder wherein a person gets stuck to few thoughts only and doesn't do anything apart thinking of the same thing only all the time. And my mother was a housewife, and me and my brother were there. We were really young and we could not see much of the father's love. I think most of the people go through that also. However, in my mind, it was very certain that I have to do something in my life because I don't have anybody's support, even on the financial terms or even on the emotional terms, because my mother was mostly busy with household works only. And even she had a lot of stress regarding her finances. Where will it pour from? However, she managed us to put us in a best of the schools of Delhi NCR and give us the best of the education. And since my childhood, she only used to tell me one thing, that I can only give you best education. Rest all you have to take care of it on your own self. I cannot provide you luxury. I cannot provide you anything apart from basics. So this is what me and my brother has been taught by my mother, that whatever you have to do on your own self. Nobody is there who will take care of your dreams or will support you financially. So whatever you have to make your own. When I was growing up, I used to get very much worried, like, okay, now my 12th has come, so best thing what I need to do. After my 10th, I joined the stream of commerce with maths. In India, mostly people offer science or commerce or with maths, this kind of a stream. So I had made my mind that in future I'll do MBA, as every student go through the same story. Like when they're in 10th, they're thinking, okay, I'll become doctor, I'll become engineer, I'll become mathematician, I'll become a CA, CS. Or do the best thing, which is very trending, was doing an MBA from a B school. So as I also did the same thing, and after my 12th, I got enrolled to a good college with maths honors was my program. From there onwards, however, I could not realize that what exactly do I want? Do I want so much of academics? I was very fashionable, very stylish. Even with less of the money also, I used to manage to look super duper stylish in my college, that everybody used to feel I am the most rich woman from a very richest background. And they really used to follow my style statement when it comes to my outfits, when it comes to my looks. And some of my friends, they used to borrow my clothes and even my sandals and even my bellies so that they can go and scoop out and show their boyfriends how beautiful they look. But as the peer pressure from my parents' side is so much that you just have 5 categories. Either it is a doctor, engineer, CA, CS, MBA. So this pressure was also on me since my childhood, and especially my mom, who has already told me you have to be on your own. There's nobody to support you. For me, even if you get married or not, that will not matter. What will matter to me is your success. So this pressure was already so much on my head, so I also started doing maths honors. But I started realizing that no, I don't think so. I'm made for so much of academics. So finally, in my final year, I enrolled myself for the MBA program also. Then back of the mind, I had that I want to become an air hostess. This thing I always had, that I really want to become an air hostess, but my family will not support me for that. I had one gold bangle which I sold off, and then I joined the best of the luxurious gyms. So this has been my quality throughout. Even with the less of money, what I wanted was always best for me. So I sold that. I enrolled myself to the best of the 5-star gym, that was JW Marriott's property and JW Wellness Center, and started going there, reduced myself, got myself in shape so that I become an air hostess. And even after enrolling in IMS for my MBA coaching, I dropped that down. Any learning doesn't go wasted. When it comes to my journey with the air hostess profession, it has always helped me out. So when I got in shape, I started giving interviews. My first interview was with Jet Airways. And I would not say this journey was easy for me, because though I looked the best, but still, though I spoke the best also, still I could not clear the interview. So it was quite disheartening for me. And after that, I went to Kingfisher's interview, I went to Indigo, even I went to the Emirates interview also. And after clearing the final round also, I could not understand like what was that I could not become an air hostess. So finally I thought, okay, let me just not focus into this. I think this is not made for me. So finally, one of my old friend, he just called me and he told me there's a interview at Essex Farms that's in Delhi, and where we are having an interview of Jet Airways. However, it is not a walk-in interview. It is like people have applied for it. And I asked him, do you really think I should go for it, because I have not applied for it? So he said, no, don't worry, you just land up there. I think something positive is gonna happen. Wherein I had lost all the hopes of becoming an air hostess. So finally, I just went there and they said, we can't find through names and all. So I told them that I'm not carrying the printout, so just go through it. Then they said, no, kindly get the printout. And I could not manage to get the printout from there because nothing was open that time when it comes to cyber cafes and all, because the time was quite short. It was 10 o'clock and it was difficult for me to search there. So finally, I went to them again and I told them that I don't have anything because nothing is open there. So they said, okay, fine. I think there was one girl named Shweta Singh and she did not turn up and she just cut her name and put Shweta Gaur. And that day, I think it was meant to be that I had to finalize that interview. So out of 150 people, there were 10 girls got selected, and including me, it was it. So finally, I became an air hostess, a girl who never sat in the aircraft, who never sat in the airplane, had a dream to become an air hostess, who heard this word only from her cousin because she wanted to become an air hostess and heard a very fancy life about like the women go out of India, play, and they have a lot of energy. They do shopping. The life of air hostess is very bling. They roam amongst the celebrities and they have, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have lived this kind of a life. So I was very happy to see myself growing. And then finally in 2007 January, I fly to Mumbai. Mumbai is a land of dreams. People say your dreams get fulfilled. And my dream definitely got fulfilled in Mumbai. So when I landed up there, I saw the city. It is lovely. It is so beautiful. And then my training started with Jet Airways for 3 months. And it was a beautiful journey. And then I started flying international also. And I saw the entire world, all thanks to Jet Airways, that I had got an opportunity to see the entire world through this beautiful airline. So a girl who has not gone out of Delhi ever, who has not traveled in any train or buses ever because of the family situation, has traveled the entire world only through the aircraft. So after flying with Jet Airways for a good amount of 8 years, I realized that I've seen the entire world, entire beauty. And when it comes to the life of air hostess, it is all about makeup because they wear makeup every day. It is all about perfumes because that is a necessity they have to wear every day. It's all about glares. It's all about fashionable products, looking your best, giving your best, and being all fragranceful all the time. So since I was already surrounded by so much of glamour, and After traveling so much and seeing everything, I thought, what else do I need now? Like, it was just saturating my thing that every time I'm going to international countries, I've seen it. But what else do I really want in myself? So then I realized my passion for makeup. And I decided, okay, now I had my share with Jet Airways a lot. And it has really groomed me, really given me a beautiful outlook, an outspoken woman, which I was not. And it has given me every part of it. Now, my second journey begins as a makeup artist. Then I thought I will give my career a shape of a makeup artist. In 2013, when there are hardly some names in the market, I entered there as a makeup artist. And I did my professional course, and then I started my journey becoming a freelance makeup artist, doing professional shoots. I have done makeups for some TV soaps as well, some TV commercials. And then I was doing freelancing for the bridals also, going to outstation. And when I really thought that, oh my God, when I'm doing the bridal makeovers, the amount that I'm getting is huge, humongous, like almost 2 to 3 lakhs I used to get just by doing bridal makeup and certain number of party makeups. And even traveling there was giving me so much of exposure, living in beautiful resorts where the wedding used to happen, all happiness flowing everywhere. And the best thing that I liked about this profession was that when you are giving your services to the bride, her whole family is so happy and they bless you. More than the money part, they bless you that you have made somebody's day so beautiful. I think for any woman or any man, no matter how successful they become, no matter how big CEO or CFO of the company they become, they make an empire. But for them, their special day is their big day. That is why we call weddings are the big day of our life. We never celebrate those moments that I have become a CEO or a CFO or a doctor. However, it takes a lot of hard work. But when it comes to big day, we only name it a wedding day as a big day for any woman or any man. And I feel blessed myself that when I am making a bride look beautiful, it is all the blessings that are being showered on her and as well as on me, because getting that big smile on a bride face is just so mesmerizing to see. When you make somebody look so beautiful and so attractive on her big day, you get all the money, definitely for sure, but with a lot of blessings. And when you get the money with blessings, when it comes to a house, you flourish. So I think this is the best profession that God has made me landed up into it. And I started doing that. So after doing a lot of freelancing projects, I thought of opening my own salon also. And this was a little tricky part in my life because I have never worked in a salon. However, as a customer, I was very fond of salon services, which I always used to take. But then doing it as a business was a little challenging. So first I started in my own property only at my mom's house, and I gave it a shot. Okay, let me just think of it. And it was a small setup, 200 square feet, wherein the moment I opened, within 6 months, I was poured with a hell lot of brides, a hell lot of work. That space was becoming a constraint for me. Then finally, I took one lavish setup at South Delhi, that's Safdarjung Enclave, 4,000 square feet area, and made it very beautifully. A lovely salon, plus an academy, plus a bridal studio. And the moment I opened it, it started flourishing like anything. A lot of business came when it comes to salon also, then it comes to academy, then it comes to bridal studio. A lot of bridals, pre-bridals. I had students coming from all parts of the world, Paris, London, Singapore, US. And they all used to come and learn from me. And it was a bingo for me that even that branch for me was getting smaller. So I opened 2 more branches that was in Delhi NCR only, Noida and Nirman Vihar. And they also worked beautifully well. And finally, I thought of expanding, which we are already doing, and we are coming up with 5 more branches. If I talk about my journey, definitely started as an air hostess. Then I turned myself into a makeup artist. And after makeup artist, I turned myself into a woman entrepreneur. And now it is all about spreading the things that I have got blessed by God, which I'm spreading to entire world. So finally, I told you my story. And if you have that passion and zeal in yourself, if you want to see yourself from metros to Mercedes, then do enroll for a masterclass and learn this makeup course so passionately that you can change anything, whatever you want, and be wherever you want, and buy anything in this world, whatever you want. Earn that luxury for yourself the way I did in my journey. Thank you.